Hey, Draymond, Tony Zarella, Cleveland 19. A lot of players like to downplay matchups. They like that we don't care who we're going to play. Is this a matchup you wanted going back even a year?
I mean, obviously, when you lose to a team, you want to see that team again. I think that's just the nature of any competitor. And saying that, we wouldn't be disappointed to be playing anyone else in the finals, and they wouldn't be disappointed as well. At the end of the day, the goal is to win a championship, and whoever's in front of you, you have to beat that squad. Now, that this matchup has come to fruition, we're definitely excited about it. The opportunity to be playing a team 3 years straight, in the NBA Finals. I don't know how many times it's happened. I don't think it's happened any, but it's a special thing, and one that we're definitely excited about. But most importantly, like I said, the goal is to win a championship regardless of who you're facing.
But there seems to be certainly emotions for you in this series. You've been outspoken about how badly you want to beat them, and of course what happened last year in the suspension and maybe turning the series because of that.
I think there's emotions for everyone in this series. If it's not, you're in the wrong series. So, whether I have been suspended or not, I'm going to come into the NBA Finals with high emotions. You don't get here without it.
Thanks.
Fourth row on the aisle on the right.
Yeah, Jeff Ferrato, the Mercury News. Draymond, you guys have had great success historically against Kevin Love defending him, but he's playing at a pretty high level right now, especially in the Celtics series. What are you seeing out of him that maybe is different, or why has he been so good recently?
He's playing more confident.
What do you guys need to do to take that confidence away again?
Just do what we do. Not give up easy shots, make them take tough shots and live with the result.
On the aisle over here.
Draymond, Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Given the Cavs' efficiency throughout the postseason, what do you, as a defensive-minded player, consider a successful night against them?
Winning the game. At the end of the day, it's the NBA Finals. You're not trying to have some high offensive efficiency rating or defensive efficiency rating. You're trying to win, and if that rating is extremely bad, you're not going to the locker room disappointed, and you win. So the goal is to win. All those ratings and stuff go out the window when it's this time of year.
Mark in the middle.
Draymond, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. You have had great success in matchups with Kevin Love, not only in the finals last year, but in the regular season the last couple of years. What is it that works against Kevin Love? What can you do to kind of bug him, get inside his head, to kind of neutralize some of the things he does so well and so effortlessly?
I just try to use my speed to my advantage. Try to take him out of spots where he's comfortable. Make him do some things that maybe he don't want to do. And saying that, he can still have great games. But just got to stay locked in, try to minimize him as much as possible. When he's going, he makes their team a lot better. So, it's my job to, try to take him out the game. It doesn't always happen that way. It doesn't, and it's definitely not easy, but, it's possible.
Is he susceptible to a lot of trash talk? Can that take him away a little bit?
Everybody's susceptible to that. I don't care who you are.
Back middle.
Jermaine Franklin with TSN. Can you talk a little bit about Kevin Durant, obviously what he's brought to the team this year, what the expectation of him is in this finals, and do you believe that there is more pressure on him than any other person because he doesn't have a ring and the decision he made in the summer?
Number one, he's been great for us all year. Just from what he's added to this team, giving us that option of, when we're maybe struggling, our shots aren't falling, we got a guy we can go to that's going to go get a bucket or get to the free throw line and stop the bleed. That's been very important for us. He's been huge on the defensive end, where he's never really gotten much credit for in his career, of being a defensive guy, but he's one of the better defenders in this league. He's been great for us. And then just, having a guy like that around, who's been through everything, who's seen it all, from the highest level, to add that into the mix is great, but yet have the ego that he has to just fit right in with everyone else. I think that's very important. As far as pressure, I think pressure is what you make it. To say he's going to be under pressure because everyone is going to try to make it like he's under pressure, I don't think that. I know that doesn't matter, because I know as a competitor and, as someone who tries to reach greatness every day, and knowing that Kevin, who, tries to reach greatness with every single thing he do, from going through an individual workout and every move he do is hard. I mean, that's how focused he is on being great. No one will be able to put more pressure on him than he's going to put on himself, or expect more than, for what he's going to think of himself. That decision is what it is. It was made a year ago, and, it's behind us. We're happy to have him here. We're playing the NBA championship, and that's all that matters. It's not Kevin came here, you have to win a championship. That's the goal, but, I mean, when you're trying to reach greatness, pressure comes with that. It's not necessarily that people are going to make more pressure, come with it because of what they think. Can care less what everybody else think. He wants to be great. He's going to go out there and try to reach greatness, and with that comes pressure from yourself more than anybody can ever put on you.
Third row on the right.
Draymond, Davide Chinellato, Gazzetta Italy. What do you think make your team so special as to win 12 games, the first 12 games in the playoffs? And what do you think is going to take you to win game 1 of this series?
I think always just trying to stick to the game plan, using each other on the offensive and defensive end, playing together. I think we have a special type of basketball that we play, and, it's been successful for us. As far as game 1 goes, I mean, it's just come out and play our brand of basketball. I think when we do that, we're tough for anyone to beat, and we come out, don't turn the ball over, just get a shot up each and every time. I think, the odds are in our favor when we do that, and get it done on the defensive end. We get out and run, and, we generate offense that way.
All the way in the back left.
Adam Kilgore with the Washington Post. Draymond, you're getting suspended last year in the finals. How much have you had to kind of carry that with you? What did you learn from it? And, now that you're back here, what's kind of your perspective on that whole experience?
I don't really carry it with me. I'm a firm believer in shit happens, and carrying it with you for what? I carried the lessons that I learned with me, but the actual incident, I put that behind me a long time ago. The things that it taught me, has put me in the position where I am today. I feel better than I've ever felt emotionally, and, just having my emotions in place than I've ever felt. And so, it's, all things that happen bad aren't that bad, when you take a step back and look at them, and it's something that, I learned from and will stick with me for the rest of my life. And not the suspension, like I said, the lessons that the suspension taught me.
Draymond, Greg Logan, New York Newsday. Just kind of following up on that, this team, they had so much in the way of expectations last year, coming off 73 wins, and then to lose the way you did those 3 straight losses. What was the internal conversation among you guys coming into this season? How much did that hurt? How much did it motivate you to get back to this spot?
The same conversation coming into every season. Goal is to win a championship, and I don't really think you need extra motivation to do that. You don't come into the season, oh man, we lost a 3. I don't know if 3-1 has been mentioned in our locker room one time this year. It's just not something that when you're chasing greatness, that's the expectation. You don't need something to motivate you to try to reach that. If that's already your goal, you don't get much more motivation from anywhere else than greatness, because it's so hard to reach. And so for us, that's the goal anyway, to try to build a dynasty and, be great each and every time we step on the floor. And that's all the motivation we needed. We didn't need to come in and say, hey, man, we lost in the finals. Let's get back. If we had won, and we were trying to get back anyway. So that's the goal in this organization with this team, and that's going to always be the goal.
Thank you, Draymond.